when I got on with PFC and I heard there was a live event, my first thought in my mind was it's a waste of my time because I don't know what this program is going to offer. Am I going to take 2 days and fly to Ottawa and go sit with a bunch of people and not get anything out of it? That was the first thing that came to my mind, and you know, it was quite the contrary. Just being involved in other type businesses like this, looking for help, and it kind of being just a push down your throat sales opportunity with really no community, kind of left a bad taste in my mouth for what PFC really is all about. And it was, that's what it was. Like, is this just another, fly by night company organization that just wants my money? Right.
And at this stage, you were a client, but you're still in that sort of early stage, right?
Yeah. I just started about 3 weeks. So.
So yeah. Debbie, Joe, Kyle, can you guys relate to that thought? Did you have that?
Totally.
Yeah.
I know I can. With my age, I've seen a few things and experienced a few programs, and some of them are exactly what Mike just talked about. They're just out for money, which obviously you've got to make money, but are the people that are wanting the money, do they have our best interest at heart? And we work hard for our money as contractors, and we want to make sure that we all need mentors, obviously. We can only excel and grow as much as we know to grow, and it's awesome for somebody to challenge us, and that's what we got at last October's event. That's what everybody will get in April.
The reason that we charge for these events now is so that we can take it to the next level. Okay. For the venue, for the food. I mean, last time was, we were renting buses, hauling you guys out, to see Peter McGrath's place, all these different things, right? Giving you guys the workbook. It's like, and I'm sharing this because I want everybody listening in on this, is that we are bringing our A game for contractors, not to make any money on this, but basically we take that and we invest it right back in.
Life changing. And then the whole thing, at the end of the day, you have to accept the help, right? You can't just say, and you have to do it. You can't just come and do it for you at the end of the day.
But when you come to an event, and let's get into some of this, like some of the value you guys got. I mean, see, Mike, you mentioned it, and Kyle, you talked about, this. You said this was a little bit surreal. Actually, this right now is a little surreal. Why do you say that, Mike? Why did you say that?
I said this because at the live event, I didn't know anybody, and I heard Joe and Debbie's testimonial and what had happened to them through PFC and how they were able to turn things around. And I said, I want to be like that. How do I do that? Well, you get to work and you start implementing, and all of a sudden, things are turning around for me. And here I am, having a chat with them on live Facebook, and they were an inspiration for me to jumpstart and get to work.
Also, too, it's how much is it going to cost me?
That's right.
If your business, the way my business was, I could hardly pay myself. Never mind pay someone else now to tell me what to do, right? So that's a limiting belief. Like, okay, how's this going to work? You know what I mean? And it was at the beginning. I'm not gonna lie, sugarcoat it. And it's like, okay, you know what? Let's try this and let's see where it gets us. And you know what? You saw right away. After a couple of months, I started seeing my mind change, implementing the things with the guys, and then it helped. And then,
hey, I'd made a commitment to you guys that I would come, that I wanted the coaching, and I made a commitment to myself and my wife and family. And, if I don't do it, who's going to do it? A lot of times we as business owners, we feel somewhat alone, while we're out there, and we can have a staff of 20 people around us, and you still feel alone because you think they don't necessarily know or think the way we think. And when you get around like-minded people like you guys, there's power in that. It gives you that it takes away that limiting belief. It's like peeling the layers of an onion off. If you're always on the job, always doing what you need to do in the trenches, tactically, you need some FaceTime with some coaches and like-minded business owners to think a little more strategically and, you know, just bond a little bit.
It was a perfect environment. It got me outside of myself and working with someone else to build a relationship, right? You know, because when you go in there, you don't know anybody, and you're all there for the same intention, right? You want to work better. So sitting next and being put in a group kind of gets you outside of yourself, gets you outside of your comfort zone, so that you can grow and build relationships with the like-minded people around you.
I love it.
I think what I took from it, and I'm going back to when I first met you in person, Andrew, and the first time that I started to meet everyone, was that, you know, we've always felt like Kyle, very alone and struggling. And when you talk to people, everyone's doing great. How's business? Oh, it's great. How's business? Oh, yeah, it's fantastic. I'm thinking, oh, ours is not fantastic, but
liars.
Everyone has their max. So when I went the first time we started to go, you almost feel like, you know, I'm here because I know I'm struggling, but I didn't feel embarrassed. I could be who we are. This is, yeah, we've had a business for many years and we're not embarrassed to say we had no money, we were struggling. But I didn't, the first place that was like a safe place that you can actually talk how you feel. And the best part is we're not alone. So everyone has different levels. There's companies with PFC that have been around. It's like we are constantly learning from them. People are learning from us. At the end of the day, we just want to make a life, you know, make a good business and support our employees so that they can have a life and so that you can enjoy your life. But again, being with like-minded people who are struggling or they have successes, we're all sharing and learning from each other. That's the one area that you can actually say, yeah, you know, we had a great year. No, we didn't have a great year. Yeah, we have money. We don't have, and no one, and everyone wants the best for everyone. There's no competition.
There's no judging.
There's no judging.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
I find it very
I
safe.
love that. I love it.
That was the most comforting thing I could have heard at that moment in that group was how real we can be in here, right? Take your mask off. It threw me back. I said, wait a second, it's going to get real in here. We're going to get down to the nuts and bolts of this so we can start fixing things. We're going to start looking at our problems realistically, and so we can fix them. Take the ego and throw it out the door.
Not only just meeting with Bob, but also realizing yes, he's been in business for so long. He understands the numbers, but also
he's a chartered accountant and he has a whole bookkeeping company. Yep.
And he's not just doing individuals' taxes. He's doing businesses' taxes. So he understands the way entrepreneurs
contractors think. By the way. Heavily
contractors, there you go. But when you know your numbers for your business, there's so much liberating power in that. And before I went to Ottawa to the last Profit for Contractors event, live event, I knew I was making money because I know how to cost jobs and I was running them all myself. But I was so busy running these jobs, I would not take the time to sit there and look at what my bookkeeper was putting in QuickBooks. And when I went to this last event, you know, you hammered on knowing your break even, knowing what your sales are, knowing all the key indicators of your business. And I'm excited about going. I know what's happened in my business just since October. Not that I've applied everything that you've taught.
Well, you can't, dude.
But
yeah, right.
But I'm excited that this 2-day event is going to be specifically about the numbers.
I hope you guys come down to it. I'm going to be doing a couple more of these. These are real people. This is your family, guys. You know, if you're like, we'd like to send down 3 people. Like, make sure you send down 1 person. All right. And if you got a right-hand person, if you're a couple, guys, it's a great opportunity as a couple to come down with other couples. I mean, Debbie, look, you're the only woman on this call here, and tell me straight up, how does it feel being in a room filled with other women that are going through similar things, or that I mean, you tell me. I mean,
you know what? Again, these are contracting businesses which are predominantly men. So being in a room with a few women, it just empowers you that we're united, right? And they are going through the same issues that I'm going through as a husband and wife team. We get to unload and laugh and just totally, it's a stress reliever. And we're all in the same boat, different levels, right?
It
I love
totally,
it.
because it truly is special in so many different ways. It's a great place. There's going to be lots of things we're going to do outside of that. Great location for your kids. I mean, I'm bringing my kids, just to let you know. Jennifer's coming down. You know, we're going to go to Disney, do some of that stuff. And, you know, I'm going to go back, get myself maybe another one of these mugs. I don't know, maybe one of these mugs. I don't know. I think I like it.
No, make a vacation of it.
What's that?
Make a vacation of it.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Why the hell? Why not? Why not? Even if it's only for an extra day or what have you. Get away, be with other people, and have a great time. I can't wait to see everybody down there.